Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to this video. In this video today, well, let's start over. So I have a question. How are you liking your current state of your business? Like you're doing private work, right? You're getting contracts from companies or maybe even corporations in the private sector, right? And you maybe been doing it for a while. How do you feel about that? Are you digging it? Are you getting the size contracts you want? Is it very lucrative for you? Or are you thinking, right? There has to be more. Well, there is. So today in this video, I'm actually sharing with you, let's see what we're talking about today. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing examples on why contracts are bigger, and definitely better in the government sector versus the private sector. So make sure you stick around for that and get all the points I'm going to be sharing with you. Oh, I forgot. So for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Felicia Streeter over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where I help small business owners just like you. I help you and I teach you, right? So I walk you through it step by step on how to win contracts with the federal government. All right, so let's talk about these bigger and better contracts. So here's why contracts with the government are bigger and better, okay? So we're gonna be talking about money as well as benefits, okay, as it relates to you and your business. So here we go. So one of the reasons is you don't have to chase your money, right? I always tell people if the government really ran out of money, they would just print some more. Have you been to the printing shops that they have? Oh, they're off the chain, okay? So I always believe that with the government, if they happen to run out of money, which I don't think they ever would, they would just print some more. Come on now, right? That's the government. So you don't have to chase your money. Like, in the private sector, you're probably running around sometimes having to track an individual down to get your payment done, or they're giving you the runaround, or lo and behold, you get a check and it bounced. Yeah, that still happens today. You get a check and it bounced. All right, so that's one of the reasons why is you don't have to chase your money. The second reason, and they're not in any order, like one is better than the other, right? So I didn't think of it like that. I just made the list. So another reason is larger contracts. They can be a game changer for your business. So I want you to think about this. Whatever size contracts you're doing right now, and you can be doing no contracts to maybe even doing 500,000 contracts, $1 million contracts, a couple $1 million, whatever it looks like. How would your business change if you were starting to get larger contracts, like wherever you're at, like 10x that? Wherever you're at, whatever your financial statements show today, 10x that, and how would that make you feel? What change would that make in your business if you have employees or contractors you're working with? Because it kind of encompasses everybody benefits. So how would that change people's lives? And how would that change their business? Right? Their business, your life, your family life. Think about that. Larger contracts. Yummy, right? Okay. Here's another thing. So now you have larger contracts. You don't have to chase down your money, but now you're working with a smaller, select group of companies, agencies, whatever you want to call them, customers, right? But a smaller group of them. So you get to know them. You get to build relationships with them. You know how the billing works. You just know the whole process because you're doing it all the time. And so now it's kind of like on rinse and repeat, right? You created a system. Your back office is running smoothly. And I mean, it's just, like a cakewalk, which is what you want it to be in your business. It does not have to be that hard, okay? So smaller group of customers that you have to work with, right? Versus every day is somebody new. Come on now. Some of you know what I'm talking about, especially if you're doing residential stuff or working with really small businesses, so the contract sizes aren't that large. So every day it's a new customer, every day a new customer, right? And not only are you working with a new customer, but you got to build a relationship with them too. How exhausting is that? right? Okay, so here's the next thing. Limited competition. So if you're a small business, and you can look at this two different ways. So if you're a small minority business, there's opportunities where the competition is limited, and I talk about that in other videos, so I won't get into that here. And even your larger companies out there that you're watching, my 8A people, limited competition. Here's why on the other side. Even if you're not a small business, even if you're not a minority, limited competition because everybody don't bring the same thing to the table. Can you hear me? Everybody does not bring the same thing to the table. And I hope you guys can hear me well. All right. So everybody doesn't, I had to check my volume. Everybody doesn't bring the same thing to the table. So you may have more bonding. You may have more capital to float a project. You may have more employees to put on a project, which means you can do larger projects. You know what I'm talking about, the things that you need to have in place. So it's always ways to look at it and limit the competition, right? It just depends on where you want to play it in the game, okay? The other thing, and I kind of touched on this, in where you don't have to chase your money, but also the money is guaranteed. Once they give you an awarded contract, it's yours. You can bank that. Versus, private sector, you may get a contract and have, contracts signed, agreements signed, all that great stuff, and you still have to worry about your money. Where from the government, once it's signed, it's a done deal. So you don't have to worry about the money. It's guaranteed at that point, okay? And here's the other thing. We're talking about the biggest spender in the world, and it's a huge world, to small businesses, which is your government, right? And so why not get a piece of that pie? They're waiting. They're looking for you to give you contracts, okay? Of course, you have to, be qualified to do it, but they set aside money. Every year, Congress sets a budget, and then each agency has their budget, and then they have percentages that they're supposed to filter out to woman-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, service-disabled vet-owned businesses, HUB-zone. You get what I'm saying, right? So there's opportunity there with the biggest spender in the world. Don't pass that up, okay? And here's the other thing. You may be tired of working in your own backyard. You're like, it's a rat race here. It's just a few of us, and we're running over each other trying to get this next contract, that kind of thing. Guess what? With the government, federal government, you can expand all over the United States and even abroad, because they have, places abroad that you can do work as well. So the world is out there for your taking if that's what you want to do. I always say, as far as traveling, going different places to do contracts, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. Okay? So that's what I have for you today. So here's the thing. Let's recap this really, really quickly. Why the government is bigger and better than the private sector. You don't have to chase your money. Larger contracts. You get to work with a smaller number of clients, customers, on contracts, whatever phrase you want to use. There's limited competition. You just need to know how to look at that and put it in perspective for you. Money is guaranteed, right? Once the contract is signed, they spend more money with small businesses. They're the biggest spender in the world, and they spend more money with small business than any other company, agency, country even. Okay, there you go. And you can expand all across the U.S. So I encourage you, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been in business for years and maybe you want to expand, you want to grow, and you want to grow and increase your performance, consider government contracting. It's a game changer. All right, so here's the thing. I know I've shared a lot with you, and it may be overwhelming, but you're like, I've piqued your interest. So here's what I want you to do. If you want to know more, definitely go check me out over at FeliciaStreeter.com. You can fill out the application. You can get into one of my programs, or you can, just get started and get signed up and, get going on this. I have a course that you can take as well. It's called the Contractor's Edge. So if you want to start there, start there. Get yourself set up and let's get going. Get you to bidding some contracts with the government, okay? So if you have any questions, message me here. And here's the thing. If you like this video, show me some love and give me a thumbs up. Make sure you do that. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to get these tips, tricks, and strategies for growing your contracting business. All right? Remember, if you have any questions, message me below. All right? Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you back here real soon. Bye for now.